Hi, I'm Don from Don Drones On. As of December 26, 2024, there are 8 new drone-only no-fly zones in Canada that you should be aware of. Let's dig in. Back in October, Transport Canada announced that new RPAS-only no-fly zones were about to be declared in the Designated Airspace Handbook. And sure enough, they have appeared. As of the December 26, 2024 edition of the DAH, there are now 8 new no-fly zones defined. 2 are around nuclear reactors in Ontario, Pickering and Darlington, and basically replace more or less permanent NOTAM defined no-fly zones that had been in place with a 1 nautical mile, roughly 2 kilometer effective radius. 5 more are detention centres in Quebec, which, as far as I can tell, did not previously have NOTAMs in effect. Here's the list, each with a half nautical mile, roughly 1 kilometer no-fly zone around them. The last one is the HMC Dockyard in Halifax, home of the Canadian Navy's Atlantic Fleet. This one is also a half nautical mile radius, and honestly, it's probably the only one of these new zones that has any significant impact on drone operations, because it's near downtown Halifax. These new zones, officially called RPAS Restricted Airspace in the Designated Airspace Handbook, are virtually the same as Class F Restricted Space, except they apply only to drones and not to manned aircraft. They are defined as circles, at least in these cases, with designated altitude varying from 1,000 feet to 1,400 feet above the ground. To fly within the zone, you need authorization, just like a Class F restricted zone, and you get that from a defined user agency. Unlike Class F restricted zones, they have not been assigned numbers, they just have names. One other interesting note is that these RPAS zones will not appear in normal aeronautical publications, such as VFR charts. Yet another reason that VFR charts are totally useless for drone pilots, despite them being mandatory reading. Just saying. Drone Pilot Canada will show all the required information, including contact numbers, for these new no-fly zones as of December 26th. And I'm sure NavDrone and the NRC Drone Site Selection Tool will as well. But do not expect the DJI Fly app to prevent you flying in these areas. The DJI geofencing map does not align with Canadian drone regulations and should not be depended upon to keep you on the right side of the law. Thanks for watching. Safe and happy flying.